Toastmasters, most welcome guest. I completed my DTM quite a few years ago. And when I did that, I was in the company of other DTMs, which is Distinguished Toastmaster. It's the highest level you can get when you complete all your books and go through the different leadership tracks and however they've organized it. And there were people who got second DTMs and third DTMs, and I thought to myself, what are they, nuts? Because completing this program was huge. I consider it definitely one of my top 10 accomplishments in my whole life was completing this program. And I think that's why Toastmasters is so dear to me. When I first came to Toastmasters, I was extremely self-conscious. I think I cried through my first icebreaker. It took me months to even do it because I was so afraid of how I was going to be perceived. I don't know why. That's just the way it was. And after doing that icebreaker and with the support of the club, I gained more confidence with each speech. When you were talking about evaluators, I remember my first reaction to evaluators was, it's just somebody's opinion. But then when the fourth time you're evaluated and they say, Lillian, you don't move around, you stand like a statue, then you realize, oh, maybe I should learn to go to this side occasionally, or learn to go to this side occasionally. It still doesn't come naturally to me, but I learned so much. I teach, but I learned how to project energy to that last row, to carry Hall in the back. I learned that from Toastmasters. I learned from Toastmasters that when I introduce myself, I say, I am Lillian. Not my name is, that kind of puts you a little bit in the passive. I am. Toastmasters gave me confidence in a way that I didn't know I even had. Every one of you here this evening has so much to say. And Toastmasters gives you that platform, that forum, to say it. Where else can you have that opportunity that people actually want to listen? Listen. Toastmasters taught me how to listen. I didn't know how before. I would interrupt you. I would get an idea and talk over you. I couldn't control myself. But Toastmasters helped me with that. And I just realized why. Coming from a very boisterous family, if you didn't get in there and raise your voice and speak over people, we didn't take turns the way you do in Toastmasters. Toastmasters is very genteel. I like that word, because you can speak in a civilized manner with other civilized people. This is my first speech. Again, I'm allowed to use notes. All right. So Toastmasters, they had a program a while back. It was called Get the Toastmaster Edge. And I thought about that. Every time I've been to a Toastmaster meeting, the next day, I am so much sharper. I'm so much more aware of what's going on. After my first few meetings, when I first started, I couldn't sleep at night because just to be in the company of other people, exchanging ideas, listening and speaking, learning about each other, it was so stimulating to me mentally, and it still is. In our days of gadgets and texting, we're going to lose the art of conversation. And Toastmasters is keeping that alive. So to all of you who are new today, to all of you who are thinking of joining, go for it. It's like an icebreaker. It's like jumping into a pool, getting your face splashed with cold water, coming up here and giving a speech. But it'll be the best thing you ever did. Mr. Toastmaster.